If you've already had a semester of college, I'm sure you expected it to go somewhat like this.
This semester is going to be the semester. I'm not missing class, I'm gonna get good grades and just stay on top of everything.
But it actually went something like this. There's no way I'm going to class today. And I would be lying if I said that hasn't happened to me, so you're not alone. I know exactly how that feels like.
Actually zero motivation to study. Nothing.
Even though we can't predict exactly what's gonna happen in a semester, I mean, a lot of shit happens in college, I'm not gonna lie, that you don't really plan for, but it doesn't hurt to still try to start off on the right foot, in my opinion. So this video is gonna show me getting ready for the semester and how you can as well. For me personally, I like to think of my mental space as my number one priority and number one thing I'm focusing on. For me, there are three things that really play into my mental space, and the first thing is I understand you. If you're in a freshman dorm room, you are living in a freaking shoebox, and if you have one roommate, two roommates, three roommates, whatever it is hard to change up your environment. I completely understand that, but if you guys can all agree on moving a little bit of furniture, getting some maybe new decorations, throwing things out, doing a deep clean, getting rid of your own clothes, focus on what you can switch up. I know your roommates may not agree with that, but do your best to try and just switch up your environment even the slightest. For me personally, I am in an apartment now, so I do have my own space, which I'm very blessed to have, and there wasn't too much furniture I need to move around because my room is pretty minimal, but coming back from winter break, there's three things I need to do. I need to unpack, run some errands. Next up, I gotta go run to Target to go get a journal, and if they don't have one there, then I'm gonna go to Barnes & Nobles. And deep clean my room. I feel like I can't be the only one, but my environment is a reflection of what's going on in my head. So if I have a messy room, my mind is all over the place, but if I have a clean, organized room, then I'm usually on top of my game. And I know your room's probably gonna get messy throughout the semester, but it does not hurt to just start it off with a fresh new environment and just switching up little things and just doing a deep clean. The second thing that actually affects my mental space is prioritizing my... I know that's pretty cliche, I feel like I don't have to explain that, but if this semester you want to start getting up earlier and maybe going to bed earlier or vice versa, there's nothing wrong with being late or early, whatever your body works out for you, do that. But for me personally, I am an early bird. I get up pretty early at like 5 a.m. throughout the semester, and that's just how my body works, but find out what works for you. Something that does help with my sleep schedule is on my phone, I set like a bedtime thing, and it's like no phone or no nothing after 10 o'clock, so I know I have to be in bed by 10, and then I have my alarm set for 5. And
I'm gonna be doing the same for this semester, but it's gonna be really difficult to just cut to like 5 a.m. right now, so I'm starting at 6 a.m. today. And then tomorrow I'll probably do 5:30 and then 5 and then just go from there.
And the third thing that affects my own mental space is it is so important. It doesn't need to be an intense like 6-mile run every single day with hard lifting or whatever it is. Like it can just be a simple walk, but it's one thing to say you're gonna do it versus actually doing it. So in the midst of making your schedule and your routine for this semester, upcoming semester, make sure you put some physical activity in there. I know walking to class can be a workout, but I don't know, for me personally, I like to dedicate at least like 30 minutes to like an hour and 30 minutes every day of just me alone working out, whether that is a walk but not going to class, or if that's running on the treadmill, or if that's lifting some weights, doing yoga, stretching, whatever it is. I know if you have like an 8 a.m. class, you may not want to work out before 8 a.m. because that would mean you'd have to get up at like 6 or something. If you're not down to do that, you can work out at night, in the afternoon, in between classes. I'm sure you could find some little time, and it doesn't have to be every single day. For me personally, I do that just because I like being in a routine. The same thing every single day just helps me. But if it's 3 times a week, twice a week, or whatever it is, try it out and then you can build up from there.
I'm starting a new workout because I usually have been doing the same one. So I'm gonna do a 15-minute interval on the treadmill of walking and jogging, and then a 15-minute walk and incline, and then I'm gonna do it 30 minutes of like Pilates. So we'll see how this goes.
On the topic of mental space, our brain literally comes up with around 7,000 thoughts a day. 7,000 thoughts about daily. So if you're not writing down what you gotta do, your class schedule, or whatever it is you got going on, what are you doing? This is not meant just for school stuff. I use it for my personal stuff as well. I use Google Calendar, and I'll talk a little bit later about what else I do. It doesn't need to be on some bougie $100 planner or fancy notepad. It can literally be in your notes on your phone. It could be on your hand, a sticky note, a whiteboard. Whatever works for you, figure it out. I'm sorry, there's no way you can memorize all your class assignments and everything all in your little brain. Maybe the first week you can, and then stuff just starts piling up, and then you're sitting in your room on a Tuesday and you're like, something feels off. Oh shit, I have class. Like, you literally just forget. Like, I feel like it's happened to the best of us, and I feel like it's happened to me at some point. So try to avoid that by writing down whatever it is that you gotta do. So for using a planner to keep track of all your school stuff, last semester I used a smaller planner just like this, and I didn't love it too much. I just didn't like the layout of it. So then this semester I'm trying something new. I'm going with a bigger one, and I can already tell I'm gonna like this one more, but obviously right now it's blank, but I'm just gonna write down all my classes and just get ahead with everything as much as I can. I would personally just get a planner that you actually can see yourself using, because it is actually pointless to buy a planner and not use it. And if you don't use a planner and you know that doesn't work for you, don't buy one. Figure out your own system and see what works for you. In terms of school now, first things first, obviously, look at your schedule. See what your schedule is. If it already looks like stuff is over jammed and overpacked, remove a class before it's too late. Because once you get past a certain amount of weeks, you're not gonna be able to drop the class. So if you feel like it's already hard enough, just drop that class, take it next semester, or you can try and push through it all, but it might be living hell. So
there's actually no way I can take all these classes this year, and I gotta drop some.
After I'm going through the schedule, look at all the syllabuses, see what supplies you need. Don't buy all of your books, because if you buy all your books first, you may be dropping a bag of money that you don't need to be spending, because professors don't like to use some of the books that they tell you to buy. So honestly, I would wait to buy your books. Literally, pure example, my professor told me to buy this book right here. Ordered it off Amazon, never used it. Maybe I could read it, that's why it's still here, but pointless purchase. So really, do not buy your books until like your professor literally tells you you need to get it. Then I would literally make like a Google Doc of your class schedule. I'll show what I've done to mine. And then print it out, have it on your phone, have it on your desk, in your bathroom, in your kitchen, whatever it is. Do it so you can see it somewhere every single day of when you gotta go to class. Along with your planner and organizing all that stuff, organize your desktop. Get rid of all of those unnecessary classes from last year. And also, tip, if there are important documents in your school email, save those outside of the drive, because once you graduate, that school email will go away. So if you want to save certain documents, save those on your computer. I use 2 computers. I have like my big desktop, and then I have my laptop for like classes and whatnot. And I wanted to redo my backdrop because it was just black and kind of boring. So I decided to finally switch it up a little bit, and this is what I came up with. Cleaning out desktop, whatever computer you use, definitely a great idea. But also, don't forget about your phone. I did this on my flight back from Chicago to San Diego. I deleted so many notes text messages, photos. I know it sounds dumb and may seem not that productive, but for some reason for me, it kind of just clears my mind a little bit and just gets rid of all this unnecessary stuff that I don't need on my phone. Get your notebooks, binders, you know the deal, whatever you gotta do for that class. But for like the school aspect, I feel like that one started getting along more into like the actual semester. But the one thing with the school aspect in terms of mindset is like, you gotta have a good mindset throughout the semester or else it's not gonna be good. I know that sounds so cliche, but there's two ways you can look at school. It can be like, I'm doing this just to get by and just pass my classes and whatever. Or look at it in this aspect, down this road of like, you know what, everything I'm learning is maybe gonna help me down later in life. And I'm just gonna make the most of it and just be grateful that I'm even in college. And I need to be more focused on this side, and I recommend you to do that as well, because once you're focused on stuff that you're interested in and stuff of seeing it help you grow, then it'll be that much easier to study and do well in school. If you're not taking care of what's up here, it's not gonna help you with school, because the person that is doing school is here. So one thing that I am personally doing this semester, or actually for the entire year of 2023, is I personally have never been a fan of journaling, but this year I decided to try a new technique and just go with the flow and have no boundaries and just go with what I want to do with it. Okay, so I wrote down how I think I'm going to structure it. I think I'm going to break it off into 5 sections. I'm going to do 1 section being education, 2 YouTube, 3 health, 4 just like my thoughts and just like a timeline, like a journal, like writing out what I'm thinking, and then the 5th section is going to be like my goals. I finally finished with the journal, and I've actually been using it for the past couple days since I originally made it, and I honestly love it. It's just a good place for all my thoughts to be, and if journaling is for you, maybe try out this technique and see how it goes. Now for honestly probably the most important thing, and it is adjust and move on. There's shit that you are not going to be able to control, but what are you gonna do about it? Dwell on it and complain about it, or adjust and move on with your life? You know, you may have this perfect idea of a routine that you want to do, and I'm sure you're gonna hit that routine solid some days and be like, damn, this is great. And then one day some shit's just gonna hit the fan and you're gonna be like, shit, I don't know what to do. And you may need to adjust your routine, and that is completely fine. That is more than fine. That is what is supposed to happen. We are human. We are not perfect with our routines. This isn't some perfect routine that needs to be consistent every single day. You should strive for it to be consistent every single day. But again, stuff happens, and that is okay. College is not easy sometimes, and going from winter break to a new semester is not always easy. Like, I feel like winter break, you're kind of like in chill mode, whatever, and then you just get like, bam, with school, and you're like, oh shit, I don't want to do it. But I know this video may seem like a lot and make it seem like you have so much ahead of you that you have to work on, and you might, but you definitely can do this. The fact that you're even trying to have a good semester already shows that there's some progress on its way, even if it doesn't seem like there's any progress. I mean, a lot of people don't even think about a lot of this stuff, so the fact that you're even trying shows that you do care at least a little bit. We're in it together, we got this, and stick around because I'm gonna be making a video of me starting out my new semester, because this is me prepping for it, but I'm gonna make a video of me like actually going through it. So thank y'all so much for watching the video. It means so much to me, and I'll see y'all super soon with that next video. Bye.